2021 will see Steve Sarkisian's first rodeo at Texas. I'm Sortino, you're a good sport. This is college football media. There has, of course, been a lot of buzz surrounding the Texas Longhorns and Steve Sarkisian coming into this season, but all of that buzz doesn't really matter when it comes to on-the-field play for this year. So let's start with our focus actually on things that will affect the play on the field. Sark has put together a really good staff starting out earlier in 2021. He raided Nick Saban's staff. He got a really good defensive coordinator from Washington. So I'm really looking forward to how it looks in player development, and Sark is still calling the plays. Some of the things that have plagued Texas are the recruiting and that player development over the past several years. Sark and his staff of excellent recruiters need to put a border around the state and make recruits in high school coming to Texas look like a good opportunity once again. They need to keep kids home instead of going to Alabama or Ohio State or Clemson or Oregon. And once that talent is on their roster, they have to develop them. Texas have had talented rosters for years, but yet that talent is not being drafted in the NFL really because of the lack of development by the staff through 3 or 4 years. Players have to be developed properly, and I think the staff can do that Sark has hired. And when it comes to him calling plays on the field, their entire scheme really is built around multiplicity, and that is what is such a huge advantage for Sarkisian calling the plays on offense, is how multiple they can look, motions, moves. You saw that as he was the OC at Alabama, and that's what he will utilize at Texas and will make them versatile when they're playing on the field and trying to have a chess match with other defensive coordinators in the Big 12. And of course, the standout player is Bijan Robinson. A lot of comparisons. You want to see, can he become the next Reggie Bush? And is there a complement like a Lindell White? But a part of that multiplicity and what you saw a lot last year with Sarkisian's running back in Najee Harris is catching the ball out of the backfield. And that is really what I want to see from Bijan Robinson, and want you to keep an eye on is how many passes he will catch, how many receiving touchdowns he will score, because that will be a huge part of how Sarkisian wants to attack. I do think some of the renovations to the stadium will be really interesting. I know the student section will be really hyped getting back into the stadium. Full stadiums yet again for college football in 2021. We are all looking forward to that, and that does not look over the renovations that Texas have done to their stadium. And I think that will be really exciting, rejuvenating for the fan base as well, sitting in those seats. And that energy, of course, feeds to the players as they are playing the games. For everybody questioning Sarkisian and what kind of head coach he will be, of course, he's worked with Pete Carroll. He has, of course, worked with Nick Saban. He's had head coaching experience as a young man in the past, and I firmly believe in giving second chances. I think Steve Sarkisian has learned a lot from his past mistakes. I truly hope he has, want the best for him, and believe that he practices what he preaches moving forward and helping these kids perhaps be a role model and a mentor with struggles and temptations that surround all of our college campuses. And I think that these opportunities need to be afforded to coaches and to players, and I think Steve Sarkisian is really great for that, and I believe has learned from it. And don't forget that just 6-7 months ago, Steve Sarkisian was thought to be a rightful successor to Nick Saban once he retires. Alabama fans really believed that and wanted to, and would be happy if Steve Sarkisian took over the reins after Nick Saban decided to step away. Of course, that would be years down the road. That's why Steve Sarkisian left and has looked at other head coaching jobs. But the Alabama fans were happy and content with that. He, of course, coached when Nick Saban had COVID, that protocol. He coached the game against Auburn, was once again able to feel for himself the preparation and the role that a head coach has going into a game, a rivalry game no less. So Steve Sarkisian has been in the head coaching role before, got another taste of it at Alabama in that one game scenario, and the fans and everybody really had full faith and belief in Steve Sarkisian to be a head man if or once when the day comes that Saban steps back. But of course, Steve Sarkisian did not wait for that opportunity. That could be 5-7 years down the road. Nick Saban had a contract extension, so he goes to a great opportunity with great resources at the University of Texas. Of course, with the expectations that come with this job, you have to be ready for it. You have to grab the bull by the horns or it will buck you off. That's the bottom line. That's what every head coach at Texas must understand. I believe Sarkisian does understand that and wish him the best moving forward at this new role. Of course, some of that buzz going around very recently now is the Pandora's box once again reopening with conference realignment. OU and Texas having interest in joining the SEC. Of course, nothing set in stone now, but there is interest. The ball has been pushed down the hill. The first domino has been knocked over. So we will see what comes of it. No guarantees they will end up in the SEC, but I do believe that there has been conversations between officials at Texas and Oklahoma with the SEC. Where there is smoke, there is usually fire. That doesn't mean things will follow up and actually unite those two forces. But I do think what it does guarantee is that OU and Texas will leave the Big 12 at some point. I don't think that will be salvageable. Let me know any of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. That really helps me out. And if you are on the channel frequently, consider subscribing for future college football content as well. Thank you so much again for watching this video. Until next time, be goody now.